A leaked memo from OpenAI's CEO just revealed something nobody saw coming. Sam Altman told his employees to brace for rough vibes and temporary economic headwinds. But here's what makes this shocking. This is the company that disrupted Google with ChatGPT. The startup that made $1 trillion giant panic. And now, they're the ones worried about survival. Let me paint the picture. In late 2022, OpenAI dropped ChatGPT and the entire tech world lost its mind. Google went into full panic mode. They issued a code red alert, called emergency meetings, even brought back the founders from retirement. Fast forward 3 years. Altman's now warning his own staff that Google's excellent work could hurt OpenAI financially. He literally wrote, "I expect the vibes out there to be rough for a bit." That's not startup bravado. That's barely concealed panic. But why? What changed? Because the answer reveals something brutal about the AI game. Here's what nobody's talking about. This isn't about who has the better AI. It's about who can afford to keep playing. Google generated $70 billion in free cash flow last year. They have $112 billion sitting in the bank. Their profit margin, 32%. Meanwhile, OpenAI is burning $8.5 billion annually. They're projected to lose $74 billion by 2028. And get this, they're not even close to profitable yet. But here's the real kicker. Google owns everything. Their own AI chips, their own data centers, their own cloud infrastructure, billions of users already using their products daily. OpenAI, they have to rent most of that. From Microsoft, from others. And guess who Microsoft's competitors include? Yeah, so OpenAI's burning investor cash while Google funds their AI war with search ad money. But the technical side, that's where it gets really interesting. Google just launched Gemini 3. And according to the leaked memo, Altman specifically praised Google's excellent work in something called pretraining. Now here's why that matters. Pretraining is how AI models learn before they're fine-tuned. Google figured out how to make their models smarter using less compute. Less compute means lower costs. Lower costs means they can move faster. Independent tests show Gemini 3 now beats OpenAI's models in reasoning and coding tasks. The exact areas OpenAI dominated. But the real weapon, distribution, Gemini is already built into Google Search. 2 billion monthly users for AI overviews. 650 million using the Gemini app. ChatGPT has 700 million weekly users. Impressive, but they all had to download an app or visit a website. Google's AI is just there. In your search, in your phone, in YouTube. You don't even have to think about it. Which brings us to the real question, can OpenAI actually survive this? According to the memo, OpenAI's working on a new model codenamed Shallotpeat to fix their pre-training issues. Altman told employees to focus on very ambitious bets, even if it means falling temporarily behind in the current regime. Meanwhile, Anthropic, started by former OpenAI employees, might generate more developer revenue than OpenAI this year. And here's the scariest part. Internal projections show OpenAI's growth could slow to just 5 to 10% by 2026. That's down from triple-digit growth rates. In startup terms, that's basically flatlining. Microsoft's reportedly delaying Azure AI integrations. Partners are questioning ROI. The enterprise pilots, 95% fail to launch. The AI hype is cooling. And OpenAI's burn rate is not. So here's where we are. The startup that disrupted Google is now fighting for survival against the giant they woke up. The company that sparked the AI revolution might not survive it. Because in tech, being first doesn't mean winning. Having the deepest pockets does. And right now, Google's pockets are a lot deeper than OpenAI's.